All right, I've always wanted to come here. I'm in Zap, North Dakota, population 211. It's a little farming community. It was built along a rail line, and it has a very unusual name. But other than that, it shouldn't really have much meaning until May 9th through May 11th, 1969, when basically where I'm standing, history was made that changed the course of American history. And let me tell you what happened. There was this guy named Chuck Stroop, and he was a student at North Dakota State University. And he wrote an article in the student newspaper about how he couldn't afford to go on spring break to Fort Lauderdale. So he decided to encourage people to go to what he called the Lauderdale of the North. And he wrote this article, and it was called Zip to Zap, a grand festival of light and love. Well, so here's what happened. And this is before the internet. It went viral. His article did. It went all over the college newspaper circuit. Suddenly, it was getting airtime on the news. You had students from all over this area that were planning on coming to this festival. And by the way, and I've got this written down here, it said, if you want to come, in addition to these events, a full program of orgies, brawls, freakouts, and arrests is planned. Do you dare miss it? Well, the townspeople here, they found out what was going on, and they got all excited. I mean, this is a way to make money. So they, college students are coming, so they bought a lot of beer. Then they marketed this burger, this hamburger they called the Zap Burger. It got so much into the news. There's this toy company called Whammo, and Whammo made a toy called the Zip Zap, which was this, bungee cord that two guys would hold, and in the middle was this foam block, and you slide it back and forth. I don't get it, but anyway, so everybody's getting really excited about this, and then the big day comes, May 9th, 1969, and in this little town, and I mean little, because I'm in the middle of Main Street right here. There's hardly anybody here. But what ended up happening was you had a few thousand students who came. Well, first big problem, college students. They ran out of beer. And I mean, they ran out of beer really quick. That's bad. Number two, we're in North Dakota. In mid-May, it's still freezing here. So it was freezing. So I'm gonna walk across the street over here to the city hall, okay? So before there was a city hall here, there was a building that they were demolishing. Well, the college students tore down what was left of the original building that was here, and they burned it to stay warm. The place was going nuts. The mayor, approached the students and said, well, you've got to leave now, and a lot of them wouldn't leave. So they called the governor, William Guy of North Dakota, and they said to him, hey, we need help here. We got a bunch of rowdy students. They're burning our town. It was a mess. So the governor of North Dakota called out the National Guard, the first and only time in the history of North Dakota that the National Guard was called out for a riot. And they showed up here, and there was like 1,000 students, and there weren't any shots fired or anything like that. And it was over, okay? The Zip to Zap was over, okay? But there was this feeling, there was this feeling in 1969. College students, young people need to go out and do something. They need to feel the love, it's the 60s and stuff. And they tried it here in Zap. Well, they burned down a building here. They built the city hall right on top of this, where it was. So in August of 1969, because of what happened in Zap, you're going to end up having Woodstock. So there is somebody here in Zap. I can hear him mowing. So little history here. 1969, the Zip to Zap festival that really never was, but it was the spark that started Woodstock. Zap, North Dakota.